How you doing? What's going on? Welcome to the replay and welcome to Daily Fuel. My name is Bobby and I'm the host of this group, Spiritual. How you doing? It's nice to be here. Yeah, I've been working on something with my website, which is why I wasn't able to do lives a couple days this week. But like I said, I'm going to really hold myself to a minimum of two a week, and trying to get in four Monday to Thursday. So just keep an eye out on those 4 days for when I'm around, and I'll always post it earlier in the day that I'm going live. If you're in the replay, let me know you're in the replay and write a hashtag of some kind. Hashtag I am in the replay. Hashtag I missed it again. Something like that. And if you're live, you can start commenting now, and you can comment the whole time that I'm talking, and I'm gonna do my spiel, and you guys comment, and then when I'm done with my thing, I come back and I read all the comments. So if you're new here and you're commenting while I'm talking, I'm not gonna read the comments while I'm doing my little thing here. Let's see, we got Ray is here. Hi. How are you? And Kelly is here. Hello, Bobby. Hello, Kelly. How you doing? Hello, spiritual hardest family. Yeah. You're not very loud. I'm not very loud. Last time, that was because... No, I'm on the right mic. Let's move it a little closer. And turn this up a little bit. Is that any better? It is the right mic this time. The last time when you said I sounded all weird, it was because my mic was turned off and I was talking through the air into the desktop computer mic, and that doesn't sound good. So anyway, but everything's set the way it normally is, so I don't know what the deal is. Maybe the mic was just too far away. Anyway, let's see. It's 2.5 minutes, so let's just get started and see if anyone else joins us while we go. Better. Good. I'm glad. Okay, let's go. Claim the position that you want. So what does that mean? A claim means stake your claim, like take it. It's yours. Whatever it is that you want, it's yours, and you have to learn how to take it. And I think that the problem is that from our perspective, we feel like there's nothing to take, or we can't take it, or we're not allowed to take it, or we don't deserve it, or blah blah. Right? All those things that we make up. But really, anything that we want is ours to take. We just have to start being that thing. So claim the position that you want. What I want to talk about today is starting to create this persona for yourself, either in business or in your life or as an artist, whatever. But I'm going to stick primarily to art today and touch a little on business. So I want to talk about how to create this persona for yourself so that other people see you the way you want them to see you. And a lot of times I think that what's happening is we feel like I can't be this thing I want to be because people don't see me that way. But the reason they don't see you that way is because you aren't projecting what you want them to see. They're seeing what you believe of yourself is basically it. So people will believe you are who you behave like. They will believe you are who you claim to be. They will believe that you are who you posture yourself to be like, to the way that you present yourself, the way you posture yourself, the way that you positioned yourself. People will believe it. The problem is we don't do it. We think like, oh, they don't already believe it, so I can't do it. We're doing it backwards. Do you understand? So how do you do that when you yourself don't believe it, or when you yourself are using the excuse that, well, they don't already think it, so I can't be it because they'll think I'm weird, or they'll think I'm lying, or they'll think whatever it is you worried about that they're going to think. Spoiler alert, they don't care. Nobody's thinking anything, so just get that out of your head. It's all in your head. So here are the three things. Number one, first, you got to start by telling yourself. You just have to tell yourself that you are this thing that you want to be. You are it, right? And if it's too hard to make this jump from where you are to this position that you want to take on, I want to be a famous gallery artist, or I want to have a business doing commission work, or I want to just be a better artist, whatever it is, and it doesn't even have to apply to art. This applies to everything. If the jump from where you feel you are to where you want to be seems too big to just be like, you know what? Fuck it. Today I'm this. It might be too difficult. So start with little things. Start with things that you already believe, and then just kind of add on to them. Even if saying that I am a great artist is too big of a leap, you could start with, well, I like making art. And I like doing this thing that I do, and I'm pretty good at it. And I know that there are a lot of artists who I perceive as better artists than me, but when I think about it, not many of them do the kind of thing that I do. And not many of them do it in the way that I do it. And not any of them have ever made any of the pieces that I have made, because they are all unique to me. And when you start to do this, you can see how now you're just starting with I'm me, and I'm the only me, and nobody else can be me, so I'm the best at being me. That's true, right? And now you just have to kind of add to it a little bit. Like I said, start with the easy things and just build upon them. Well, you know what? I like making this kind of art. And, I would say that person over there is an artist because they make art, and that person over there is an artist because they make art. Well, if I make this kind of art, then by that logic, I am an artist. And I'm pretty good at making this kind of stuff that I make. So by that logic, I'm a good artist. Do you see what I'm saying? So you can kind of build up from there. Maybe you're already at the I'm a good artist part, but you just want to be famous, or you want to be richer, or you want to have a business in it that's bigger than what you're able to comprehend now. It's the same thing. You just have to start telling yourself this. You will believe the things that you keep telling yourself. We believe the things that we keep hearing. You believe the things that you keep reading every day. You believe the things that you keep listening to or talking about. So what are you talking about? Are you telling yourself constantly, oh, I suck and I'll never be this and I'll never be that? If you're telling yourself that all the time, your brain is believing it, and that's why you can't take the steps to not be that. It's just what you're projecting to the world now. But we think I'm projecting it to the world because it's what I am, and everybody thinks that, and they're expecting me to project it, and it's just, I don't have a choice. You do. It starts with you. It doesn't start with them. So that's number one. Find something easy to believe and build upon it. Even if it's just one tiny thing at a time. Just keep building on it. Keep building on it. And then number two is to, I want to skip right to the end. Number two is start telling others. First you tell yourself, now tell others. And you don't have to hey, Joe, guess what? It doesn't have to be like this grand thing where you're plastering it all over things or painting it on your car or anything like that. You can do it really easily. You can change your Facebook profile and just make the headline in your Facebook profile be what it is that you want people to see you as. Just make the graphic or the profile picture reflect the thing you want it to be. Do you send emails to people? Well, instead of saying, have a nice day, and then signing your name, put a little email signature file that says what it is that you are, that you want people to start seeing you as. Do you see where I'm getting at? It's these little tiny things. You just start interjecting them into the world. Put it on your Instagram profile. Put it on all of your profiles. If you have a social media account anywhere, they should all say, I am this thing that I want you to believe that I am. Start saying that you are it. Because when people see it, they're going to be like, oh, that person's a that. Okay. Because it's not far-fetched. Somebody's got to be a that. Why not you? I don't care. And that's what they're thinking. But you're worried that they're going to be like, are you kidding me? This person is that? Nuh-uh. They don't care. They don't care. The only person who's worried that they're going to think that is you. About you. Do you worry that people are going to look at my group and think Bobby shouldn't be running a group? Well, what is who? Well, I like him, but clearly other people are going to see this group and just be like, who's this guy? Nobody thinks that. Nobody thinks that. They think, I like this group, so I'm in it. I don't like this group, so I'm not in it. And then they immediately stop thinking about this group. It's not a thing that anybody thinks that I should or should not be doing this. Nobody cares because they're too worried about what they think other people think of them. So start telling other people really easily. Put it in your bio, put it in your profile, put it in your website, put it in your signature files on your emails. put it in all these little innocuous places that nobody cares about, but they're going to see it all the time. And they're going to believe it. Because people will take it at face value. What did I write here? I wanted to tell you a quick story that happened to go with this. I've mentioned to you before, my daughter is now a student at FIT in New York City. That's an art school. And she went to a gallery yesterday, and then she took some pictures in the gallery and posted it on Instagram. But she also took pictures of her own art and posted that on Instagram. So my wife and I were looking, and we were thinking, like, oh, wait, is this something she made, or is it from the gallery? We weren't sure because we knew she went to the gallery. So then my wife said, oh, maybe you should post that. Maybe you should write in the post that this is my art so people don't think you got it from the gallery. And my immediate thought was that I would never think to post that this is my art. I would just assume that if I post a piece of art, people would think I made it because I'm an artist, because I'm very clear about the fact that I'm an artist. If I posted a song, unless you knew it was like, a song from a band you liked, I would assume people would think this is my new song. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't post a piece of art that I made and think that people would think, where did he get that? I would think that they would think, how did he do that? You know what I mean? And if I wanted them to know that it was not my art, which is what I see in this group all the time, not my art, I got this from such and such, it's just a picture that goes with my poem or something like that. You know what I mean? So it's like, you have to just believe it and then start saying it, and other people will believe it too. And then finally comes number 3, which is the behavior and the posturing. The behavior and the posturing are the most important part, but you can't start there. If you're worried that, I can't get there, don't start with, I'm going to act that way, because you can't act a certain way that you don't actually believe in. It's a hard leap, So start by telling yourself and then telling others in these simple ways, and then start with the actions. So here's a good example. I'll use myself as an example. I run this Facebook group and I do these lives all the time when I feel like it. And there isn't anyone that I know of who is looking at me going like, who does this person think he is doing this? Or how does he have the ability to do that when clearly he should not have that ability to do it? No, I don't think that. I just think like, hey, I'm pretty good at that. Let me try this. I started a Facebook group. I just turned it on one day, and then people joined. And then on the first day of the group, I just went like, here I am, I'm live. Would anyone like to talk? Oh, you would. And then we talked. And that was it. And I did it again the next day. And I did it again the next day. And I did it again and again and again and again and again. So you got to just start acting that way. You've heard of that. Act as if, right? Act the way you want to be seen. And then do it again. And then do it again. And then do it again. And before you know it, that's just who you are. One little aside there. Some days you stop acting as if. Some days it's just not there, and the consistency falls flat. I've had that. We've all seen me do that. I've had times where I'm doing the lives all the time, and then I just stop doing the lives. And there's a trick to that. Stop doing that. Get back on your consistency horse. But the most important part is, don't beat yourself up for having fallen off the horse. Don't beat yourself up for, oh man, I'm such a loser. I didn't stay consistent. We're all human beings. We all make mistakes. We all get sidetracked. We all get disillusioned. We all start self-doubting, myself included. So you just get back into the game and you just go, you know what? I'm back. Here it is. I'm just back. And let's all pretend I never left. And nobody cares. Nobody cares. The only one who cares about it is you. Let's see what you guys have to say. I don't care. Better, good. Robin's here. Hi, Robin. Hello, Bobby, first of all. Very good, thank you. And hello, everyone here, too. There you go. That wasn't so hard. Hey. How you doing? The world within is the cause, and the outside world is the effect. I like that. What does that mean? That means it starts from within. You've got to create it inside of you. And then just start being it. Just start being it. Even if you can't be it completely, right? You want to be this artist who's got like stuff in galleries and stuff like that. Okay, you can't snap your fingers and be there on the first day, but you can start acting the way that person would act and just be like, well, if I did have my stuff in galleries, then I would call this other gallery and I would say, hey, what's going on? You want to see my stuff for your gallery? I would do that if I were already in galleries. They don't know that. Hi, who do I talk to? You know what I mean? It's like, it's just a phone call. They're not going to reach through the phone and shoot you or anything like that. How dare you call me, you loser? Nobody thinks these things. The worst they can do is say, nah, no thanks. And that's it. Okay, thanks, bye, click, hang up. That's hanging up. For those people who were born after the 80s, we used to hang up phones. Now we don't do that. Now we can't even flip them closed anymore. I used to love that. I'd be done with a call and be like, that was great. That was awesome. You get mad at somebody, it's like, go away, right? Now it's like, I'm mad at you. It's lame. I don't get mad at a lot of people, but you know what I mean. Good one, Nathan. Thanks. Kelly, I am the most powerful spell to cast. I am an artist. I am happy. I am successful. Or I am a sham. Cast a good spell and choose the best feeling I am. There you go. That's it. That's a really good way to start telling yourself, I am, and then what follows those words. That's very, very powerful. Who wrote that book? What's his name? He wrote I can't think of his name. I can see his face right in my... I'll think of it after the live. I can't think of his name. You know who he is. I got the visual during this of laying planks. If I am statements, sort of like making a bridge to get from where you are to where you want to be. Really good stuff today, Bobby. What? I got the... I think there's a comma missing in this sentence. I got the visual during this of laying planks. What do you mean laying planks? Like stepping stones? Is that what you mean? If I am statements, sort of like making, planks across a bridge, right? If it's sort of like making a bridge to get from where you are to where you want to be. Start with I am statements, right? So you're here, you want to get over here. Start with I am statements. Start by telling yourself. That was my number one. Tell yourself. You could start with I am affirmations if that works for you. Some people don't believe them, so do it a different way. I'll just go for a walk and start talking out loud. You know what I mean? I'll just talk out loud to myself until I'm feeling better about whatever had me down. If you're already feeling good, start with talking to yourself or I am statements and build it from there. I read this one. It's called Fake It Till You Make It. Yeah, let's talk about Fake It Till You Make It. That gets a bad rap sometimes, but I like Fake It Till You Make It, and here's the way that I like it. A lot of times people think Fake It Till You Make It means con people, like pretend to be this thing that you're not and say, I can do that and I can do that when you can't do it, and then figure it out and stuff like that. There are degrees of that. I did that in my web design business. I knew that like this would be a really good client for me, and they want to do a thing with their website that I've never done before, but I know it's possible, and all I have to do is go learn it, you know. I would never say that I could do a thing that I knew was not possible, but I would say like I can do a thing that, well, I've never done that before, but I'm sure I can do it because it's right. It's the next logical step for what I'm already working on. Things like that is fake it till you make it. Or, you know, if you start calling people about being in galleries when you've never been in galleries before, you don't have to be all, I'm so sorry to bother you. I'm such a loser and I've never been in galleries before, but I'm hoping that you don't really have high standards and you'll let me in. Nobody wants to hear that, you know? But you don't also have to lie and be like, well, I've been here and I've been showcased here and I've been over there and blah, 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 blah. You don't have to say things that aren't true, but you don't have to say things that are true either. You don't have to tell them that I have no experience. No, I'm such a loser. You don't tell the story that you make up in your brain about yourself. Tell the story that's going to posture yourself really well. Position yourself. Claim the position that you want. And then just go for it. People will believe it. Self-others. Self-others. Self others. Nathan Singleton, yes. Nathan said, eek. Eek. Is there a mouse? Is there a mouse in your house? That's where I am. This is where you are. We're like trying to establish yourself as an artist. Is that where you are? You're doing great, my friend. I love the stuff that you do. Keep doing it. And, you got to figure out where you want to get to and then just take step. What's the next step toward where I want to go? What's the next thing I can work on? Ask yourself that question. What's the next thing that I can work on that will move me in that direction? You don't have to go from here all the way to there in one step, but you do want to take a step and then another step and then another step and then another step. So sometimes just ask yourself, like, what would be another step that I can take that will move me in that general direction? And if it's too big, then figure out how to break that step into steps. Well, I can't do that, but I can do this, right? I'm not ready to call them to have my art in the gallery yet because I only have one piece, but I can make 3 more pieces. I can do that. If I had the pieces, they can go in the gallery, right? Maybe one of the things is I can't even be in the gallery because I don't have enough pieces. But what's stopping you? You can make the pieces. You can do the thing. That's the next step. The next step might not be go hang it on the wall in the gallery. The next step might be make the thing that can get hung up later. There's nothing to hang up if you don't make it. So many typos, keeping you on your toes. I speak Robin, so I'm okay. And Amy, too. The 2 of them, forget it. I learned how to speak all kinds of weird languages. Like right now. Okay, you're saying something about something I said, but I don't remember what I said. Be to become. Be to become. Right? Be to become. My friend Landon says all the time, the word behave means be having it. Right? That's what it means. And that's where the word comes from if you break it down in your mind. Like you behave what you want to be having. You get it by behaving that way. Start behaving that way, and it will materialize. Robin says, I, of course, mean it in a good way. Fake it till you make it. Not really fake it because it's not something you can't do, but it's something you may have self-doubts about. And really the only person you have to convince first is yourself. That's really it. That's the version of fake it till you make it that I like. It's when you're tricking yourself into believing a thing that isn't actually provable yet. Oh, Robin, this is such a good point. Hang on. Let's talk about that word provable for a minute, because innately, you're an amazing artist. You deserve to be in the gallery or to have the commission clients or to have the business or to have the lifestyle or to have the this or the that or the relationship, whatever the hell you want, right? You're a perfect specimen of a spiritual being and you deserve it innately. There's no arguing with that, right? But the problem is that we then say, well, I can't have it because I can't prove through these 3D mechanisms that we've put here on this planet that I deserve it yet. I can't prove that I deserve to be in that gallery or have this client or that business or this whatever, right? I can't prove that I deserve to be thought of as this kind of artist because I'm still at this kind of skill level, okay? So fake it till you make it just means don't try to lie to people and, forge documents that say I'm a this or that, right? Like that's just going to get you in trouble. But what you want to do is prove it to yourself by telling yourself over and over and over again. And eventually you will be able to prove it to the world. So good one, Robin. Thanks. Keep going. Nah, I'm done. Fake it to yourself until you yourself, word. Believe. There you go. Okay. Nathan said, hang on, I need some water. Oh, this is funny. I have a hard time choosing my position because I'm so indecisive and I contemplate too much. I'm with you on that. I feel that one because I myself have a lot going on where I feel like it's very interesting to me because I work on so many different things and I could never figure out how to tie them together. So I would always just try to create a business on one and then I'd get bored of that. So I'd switch my business model around to be another one and then I'd get bored of that. And now I'm trying to create something that incorporates all of it. And so that I can decide to work on this or work on this or work on this or work on this. And it's up to me to do it when it's the right flow for me. And it's taken me a really long time to figure out how to put that together. So that again is going back to my number 3. I said, forgive the lapses. If you're inconsistent in your efforts, maybe sometimes the inconsistency is, wow, I'm posturing myself. I'm really working on this thing. I'm putting it out there. I'm being consistent in my effort to put that out there, to project this image to the world. And then I just fell flat. And for a week or a month or a year, I stopped doing it. And now I want to get back to it. Maybe that inconsistency was a necessity so that you could get the clarity that you need to move it in an even righter direction. Maybe. Right. See, Peter agrees. I'm right. Thanks, buddy. Revolution, right? This is a... Good. I'm glad. Wow. Behave like you're having it. Yes, exactly. Purpose drives your actions. Okay. I like that. First, you tell yourself. You telling yourself creates your purpose, right? Telling yourself what it is. I am this. 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 When you start to believe it, when you start to feel what that feels like. Believing it doesn't mean you don't ever have self-doubts again, by the way. Believing it just means that you're saying it over and over again, that the thought is easier to find and to go to. You're still going to be able to know the thought of like, oh, no, I'm not. But then you're going to say like, yeah, I am. And that's okay, So when you start to say that over and over again and start believing it, then, which means be living it, right? Then what happens is that it creates your purpose. It starts to dictate your purpose. And Nathan, in the vein of what you just said before, that I'm kind of all over the place. I'm indecisive. I contemplate too much. Well, purpose drives your action. That maybe once you start to believe these things that you're telling yourself, maybe now your scope is pretty broad. So for a while, you have to keep saying things so that you can narrow the scope and narrow the scope and narrow the scope and narrow the scope and narrow the scope. And every time you narrow it a little bit, there might be pauses in there where you're just like, you know what, I'm going to take a break from this for a little while and just let it kind of simmer. Let it breathe a little bit. Let it grow into something on its own. Maybe I don't need to be pounding the pavement to find it. Maybe I just need to take a break, shut down a little bit, and I'll come back next week or next month or whatever. That's why I say don't kick your own ass because you took time off from doing things, because sometimes that time off is when the narrower answer comes into focus and you're just like, oh, it's there. Ray says, there is magic in this world. Believe in it. Knowing that the first most important magic is that within you. Love that. Thank you for that, Ray. Yeah, that is absolutely true. Started the I am thing today in truth. Good, man. Good. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. The I am thing and the telling you thing, that we can do every day. The energy work, the meditating or the talking to yourself, that is something that you can do every day. You can take breaks from the posturing and the behavior part. If suddenly you're feeling like this behavior isn't moving me in a good direction anymore, it might be too broad and you might be missing the mark. You know what I mean? You might be overshooting it or too wide. That's when you need to kind of draw in and just keep doing the energy work. Keep doing the I am affirmations if those are helpful to you. It will narrow. It will narrow. You just got to give it time. Actually, a trick I use. Is that what you mean? And believe it or not, often it scares me a little because I was not there yet. but the things I want to be, I look at and watch what others that I admire do, and I timidly, little by little, try to be like them. Emulating other people. That's a really good one, Robin. Let me write that down. That might be emulating. I like this. Emulating other people. That's a good daily fuel. Thank you. Yeah, I'll just briefly touch on that because I do that. I do it, and I understand what you mean, Robin, when you say that it's a little scary. But you know what? I'm not going to dive into this comment right now because I'd like to let that one simmer a little bit, and I'll come back to it next week if you don't mind. But I wrote it down, so unless I lose that piece of paper, Karine, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you. In the power of belief, that is the childlike mind. That's the goal. It's what gives power to prayer, belief. Damn it, I need to work on this in more aspects of life. Okay, that damn it right there, I understand it. It's like, oh, I need to do this. But that's the kicking your ass part. Don't worry about it. You didn't do it yesterday. You didn't do it for the past. My wife and I we just had a conversation last night where we're like, we fell off the meditation horse. We have to get back on it. I do it too. I know that I stand here and I preach, but I don't preach, but I give ideas. But I forget to do things too. I am still a normal human being with insecurities and problems and like, why did I do that? Right? It happens. And sometimes what happens for me specifically is, so I'm working on this thing for my business, and the next thing you know, I get one track mind, right? Single track mind. And I'm just, and I lose track of other things that are going on. And before you know it, it's like 4 days have gone by and I forgot to meditate the whole time. And then I start noticing that, gee, things around me are not going smoothly the way that I want them to. And it's okay. So the answer isn't like, oh, I suck. God. No, that's not the answer. It's like, these people aren't getting back to me. This stuff isn't happening. This thing's going wrong. Well, clearly it's me. I'm the one doing it. All I have to do is get back on my meditation cycle, get back to my thing. And I started it today and I feel so much better. And within a couple of days, everything just finds its way back to being better. So yeah, Karina, you're absolutely right. It is the power of belief, and that's the goal. But don't beat yourself up that you have to get back to it. Just be like, what I like to say is when I realize I need to be a little more mindful with my meditation, I don't tell myself I have to do this because then I don't want to do it. Don't tell me I have to do something because I will not do it. Instead, what I do is I say, this is a gift that I give myself. This time that I sit here meditating is a gift that I give myself. I'm a busy guy. I got stuff going on. I don't have time for that, right? But I give myself the gift of this time to sit in darkness and silence and do nothing but go, right? That's what I do. It's a gift. So give yourself a gift tonight, tomorrow, whenever you want. Karina, everybody. Sinning. I don't know what you're referring to. You might have said that in response to a specific thing that I said. I don't believe in sinning. I think sinning is a thing that people made up to control other people. That's it. I'm not big on, I grew up in the world of the Catholic Church, and I felt like I saw right through it. If you're Catholic or you're any religion, that's fine. I don't have a problem with it. It was not a thing that worked for me because for me, it was more like, I just have to do this my own way. That's it. I have to do this the Bobby way. The Bobby way is the only way that works. Everybody else tells me what to do, and that doesn't work for me, and that doesn't work for me, and this doesn't make me feel better, and that makes me feel worse. And don't tell me I'm sinning, because that's just going to be like, I don't know how to not sin then, because it's too fun. Robin says, I use them as examples of ways to be that what I want to be like too. Oh, the emulating other people. And try to do things like them until it feels more natural. That's it. I'm going to get to that, Robin. This is a really good daily fuel in and of itself. Vicarious living. Yeah, that's one way to think of it, Peter. vicarious living. Let me write that down as a side note to this one, because in my head that means something else. Vicarious living, said Peter. By the way, I always liked how you spell your name with a U. I think that's so cool. I never saw anyone spell Peter that way. You're the only person, and I just thought, ever since I met you in the group, I was always like, that's cool. I like that. I never told you that, but there you go. Jesse says, last weekend, hey, how you doing? Last weekend, I took time off on a trip, and it was exactly what I needed to grow more spiritually. Had some great epiphanies. Sometimes you have to do something out of the norm to prove things to yourself that shows you your purpose more clearly. Yeah, I like that. That's a really good one. That goes to step 3 of the posturing and behavior part. Is that now the behavior? So I'm just going to recap that because there's more people here. So step 1 was you have to tell yourself. Step 2 was you have to start telling others. And then and I told about how to do that. I'm not going to go over it again. But step 3 was the behavior part. And I didn't say this, and now I'm going to pretend that I did, and it was my idea. Let me see what you said, because this is smart. You have to do things that are out of the norm, okay? If your behavior stays the same, but all you're doing is if you're doing your I am affirmations, and you changed your profile and your email signatures to say it, but you're still doing the same stuff, well, that's not going to cut it, because in your mind, you're going to be like, well, I'm doing the affirmation, so I'm doing enough to believe it, but I don't actually have to step outside my comfort zone. That stepping outside your comfort zone is where the key is. You have to go out there now and become this thing, and that's uncomfortable because you haven't been that before, so you don't know what it feels like. Now you're in uncharted territories, So yeah, good for you, Jesse. That was good. Thank you for that. Tunnel vision. Missing the mark. You skipped me, Bobby. I did? I used them as examples. Yeah. Actually, a trick that I use. Yeah. Wow, behave. Yeah. I didn't skip you. Believe. I don't think I skipped you. Did you go to the bathroom? I didn't skip any that I see, unless there's one that's not showing up on my thing. Sorry about that. Oh, never mind. You caught it. I'm glad I went through the whole thing. I should know to just read the next comment. Oh my God. Oh, island spelling. Peter. Island. What island? Cool. Nathan, tapping into the subconscious with belief. Subconscious is where it all happens, and we tap into that and we create it, and that's where the energy from the universe comes in. Oh man, we could write a book on this live, but that's where the energy from that comes in, and then your behavior is what projects it out. Let me put it that way, okay? You start to tell yourself, and now it's building into your subconscious. And then when you meditate, your subconscious mind is like, oh, it's my turn. Now I'm going to work. And now my new programming is this crap you've been telling me. I am this. Not crap like it's wrong. Crap like stuff you've just been telling me. I say crap, right? The stuff you've been telling me. I am this. We're going to believe that now. But now you're not mixing it up with your 3D viewpoints and everything, because now you're in your zone. Now you're doing your art, or you're meditating, or you're doing something where your subconscious is coming to the forefront. And when that happens, it's pulling the energy from the universe, and now you have the ideas to start behaving like it. Oh man, Nathan, that was good. All right, that was the last comment. Let's be done. Thanks very much, guys. I really appreciate you showing up today and hanging out with me and sharing your insight on everything. Thank you so much, as always. And today's Thursday, so I'll be back on Monday with more lives. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll be around in the group the whole time, but you know what I'm saying. Nathan, you get the booby prize today. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.